Welcome to Qredo. In this tutorial, we'll guide you through the process of generating, sending, and approving EVM transactions programmatically. To follow along, make sure you have already created an API key and secret, you went through the process of obtaining an auth token, and you've created a Web3 API wallet. This video demonstrates sending Sepolia ETH from a Web3 API wallet. If your network is not among Qredo's default supported networks, you'll need to add it as a custom network. This can be done either through the workspace settings in the web app or by making an API call. In this tutorial, we'll focus on using the Add a Network endpoint. Add your workspace ID variable to the request. For the request body, include the network's name, block explorer, URL, chain ID, and RPC address, which can be sourced from a service like Chainlist. Don't forget to add the X token header with your auth token. Once completed, the response will confirm the successful addition of your network. Next, we'll use the Create an EVM-based EIP 1559 transaction endpoint. Remember to substitute your workspace ID variable for the workspace ID. Refer to the developer docs for an example body for this API call. You can select your preferred broadcast option. We're setting ours to true to have Qredo broadcast the transaction. Specify your Web3 API wallet address for from and the recipient's wallet address for to. Add the chain ID of your network under chain ID. For us, it's Sepolia ETH. The value is in way. When creating Web3 API transactions, you can explicitly set your desired gas parameters. In this example, we will leave all gas parameters blank for ease of use, which means Qredo will populate these values on your behalf. Add the X token header and specify your auth token. After submission, you'll get a transaction ID. Add this ID to your environment variables. In our scenario, this transaction requires approval by a human approver in the Qredo signing app, which will now approve. Then call the getTransactionDetail endpoint to check the transaction status. Include your workspace ID variable, transaction ID variable, and the X token header with your auth token. The hash and status in the response will indicate if the transaction was successful. Congratulations, you're all set to create and send EVM transactions programmatically. Our next video will explore adding API keys to your transaction policies for automatic approvals.